If I was broke and I only had a couple $1,000s to my name, this is exactly how I would scale that to as much money as possible. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys the exact process that I use to scale my Amazon business to multiple six figures in profit while in college, all at the age of 20. And I've also helped hundreds of other people get these exact results. I'm gonna show you guys some of the results over here. The results that we've been getting is absolutely crazy. And lucky for you guys, by the end of this video, you guys are gonna have the exact blueprint that I wish I had 6 months ago when I was starting out. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay guys, this is the exact framework to build a 10K per month business as soon as possible. But before we get into this, I have to explain the opportunity right now. 50% of e-commerce happens on Amazon. 50% of those sales on Amazon goes to people like me, you, other aspiring sellers that want to sell products online. 1 out of every $5 spent online goes to third-party sellers. And obviously the biggest selling point is there's no marketing needed, right? Amazon brings all the traffic. Everybody knows, loves, and trusts Amazon. Everybody has a subscription to Prime. You're not convincing anybody to buy your products. You're not learning how to run ads. You're not becoming a media buyer. You're not doing all of that. All you're doing with this online arbitrage model over here is you're buying from websites like Target, Nike.com, CVS, Walgreens, Vitacost. There's so many websites that have these online retailers that have these products for the low, and you're flipping it on Amazon for the profit. Amazon handles customer service, Amazon handles shipping, and we're using data and softwares to understand which products we could find. And we're not playing any guessing games. We're using data-driven decisions. We're using softwares to understand that, okay, this product sells over here for $25.99, and on Amazon for the past 3 months, it's sold for $47.99. So we're not playing any guessing games. We're not risking our money. We're not hoping. We're not begging people to buy our products or anything like that. We're just hopping on listings that already have demand that we can make profit on. And this is infinitely scalable because everybody shops on Amazon. Why did I choose this over Amazon? Private label. There's just too many skills that you have to learn. You have to get a distributor from China. You have to learn how to run ads. You have to learn the keywords. You have to try to get your product ranked. You have to invest over $7,000 to $10,000 just to start your private label product. So why would you do that as a beginner with only a couple $1,000s to your name? It's just not feasible. It just doesn't make sense. Amazon wholesale, expensive mistakes, right? If you're a beginner starting out right now, you haven't sold a single product online. These distributors and wholesalers, you try to reach out to them to buy their products. What's going to happen is that they're going to have MOQs, minimum order quantities. They're going to come up to you. They only want to work with people that have been in business for 5 to 10 years. They have stores. They have network of people that already want to buy their products. If you haven't sold a single product online or you have any experience in business, wholesale is just not for you. I'm going to be honest with you. If you buy a product from Walmart and you try to sell it on Amazon, it doesn't sell, you could return it to Walmart. With wholesale, if you try to return that order, or if you try to return it to the distributor, that is 100% going to burn the bridge with the wholesaler, and they're not going to think you're serious, or sometimes they won't even accept your refund. And obviously drop shipping, it violates Amazon's TOS. The thing about Amazon, you have to have the products in hand. So that's already out of the table. Drop shipping, you have to learn how media buying, you have to learn how to run ads. Drop ship a product from China that doesn't even work. You're trying to convince them to buy it, then you're trying to convince them to go on your website that they don't already trust when they could find it on Amazon for $4.99. These are the essential tools and softwares that you guys are going to need. Think about Amazon that I love. It's very lean starting out. SellerAmp and Keepa, that's the only 2 softwares that you're going to need. Let me show you guys how I use them on a listing. And then other free tools for extra profit, Capital One Shopping, Rakuten, Cashback, Catch-All Emails, Infinite for coupon codes. I'm going to show you guys all of that. As you guys can see, I've been spending thousands of dollars in inventory in this past month, reselling name brand items on Amazon. And the great thing about it is I get cash back on this item. So I get a free $1,400 every month just for spending money on inventory for my business. Same thing with credit card points. I get free flights because I'm spending money on profitable inventory on these cards. One of them gives me 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Other one gives me American Express points. One tip I'd give you is start lean. Don't overinvest in software until you're super profitable. The thing I love about Amazon, you'll be profitable. You should be profitable in the first week or 2. You follow the steps that I'm going to show you guys in this video. So guys, one of the softwares that I really want you guys to look at is SellerAmp. We're getting this product over here from Logitech for $9.99 over here. But as you can see, there's going to be a pop-up that comes up right here. I already knew it. It's going to come up and it's going to give us 15% off over here. So all we would do over here is get 15% over here, and this would be our updated margin over here. $3 profit, 38% ROI. And we know this product sells 300 plus times a month. There's about 18 people on this listing. Let's just say I wanted to buy 35. I'd go over here, I'd profit $113 and I spend $350, right? The thing I love about this is going to be the easiest money ever because we're going to order this to our house. We're going to slap some stickers on it. We're going to send it to Amazon. Amazon's going to fulfill all 35 of these orders over here. And this is just an example of one product that we found in about 10 minutes. Imagine a storefront of 10 to 15 to 20 products that are profiting you, 3 to 500. There's some listings that I've gotten on that made me multiple thousands of dollars in profit in just 1 month, especially in Q4, especially on these holidays where the traction on Amazon is just overall, it's just more people are spending more money on on their items. There's more traction on Amazon and people are spending more money. Lots of sellers are struggling to stay in stock. That means we could sell these products at a higher price over here. So this is an example of one software that we use, SellerAmp. Another example of another product I want to send you. We can go in here on the Amazon listing over here. The thing I love about SellerAmp over here, it's also a software extension over here. It's also a software extension, but we already looked at SellerAmp. I want to show you guys about Keepa. So you guys remember when I was going to teach you guys something that's going to make it really hard for you to lose money on Amazon? This is it. Data-driven decisions, Keepa. This software is insane because we can look at this product over here and we can see how many people have gotten on the listing, you know, how many times it's sold a month. This is about like 5 to 7 years worth of data over here. We can look at all of this. So once upon a time in August 18th, maybe in like 2020, this was selling for $39.99. Let me show you guys a quick mock SellerAmp and let's see how much money we would make if we sold this for $39.99. So there was a seller that was making $20 profit, 200% return on his investment. That means for every $1 he was spending, he was getting $2 back, which is genuinely insane. So now let's just say he sold at least 60 of these. Over here, he would spend 600 and he profited $1.2 thousand. And same thing, this probably took him a total of 2 hours. I just want to kind of put this into perspective for you guys of how scalable and how easy this is for someone as a beginner that hasn't made their first dollars online, that doesn't have to learn any media buying, doesn't have to know any advanced business models, especially with ChatGPT and AI right now. Starting an online business is the easiest that it's ever been. What I'm really trying to do in this video is trying to eliminate your guys' limiting beliefs. We've had people that are in college. We have people that have been working in Target printing money. We have people that are working on Amazon. They were shipping out other sellers' orders and they realized there's third-party sellers that are actually making money on this listing. Instead of fulfilling the third-party seller's orders, he decided to become a seller and he's 3x his income just by making that one switch and understanding that. So now that I kind of showed you guys, you know, the power of just selling on Amazon in 2025, and it's only going to get better right now. We're in July 13th right now. The next 5 months is going to be ridiculous because Amazon has grown 10% every single year. And Q4, if you guys already know, 70% of all shopping made in the year is done in Q4. That's holiday season, Black Friday. So many people are spending money right now. They're spending all of their money that they've earned over the year. And as third-party sellers, as business owners, that's when we're going to be making the most amount of money. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to go sell on Amazon, right? You guys are going to get your $40 per month for your professional. No LLC required. A big question, a big excuse that I get is, do I need an LLC? You do not need an LLC. Physical supplies, you need some boxes. Shipping scale, you don't really need a shipping scale. You could just use, you know, maybe you have a weight scale. You could use that, tape gun and tape, and then you could buy the stuff at Walmart, Lowe's. It'll be like maximum $100, right? Startup capital, minimum recommended, I do 2 to 3K. The more the better because this is an inventory-based business. If you have no space, you're in college, right? You could use a prep center. I partnered up with a prep center, right? If you guys want to work with prep center, you guys are looking for a prep center, just DM me on Instagram. I got you. Work flexible hours. Obviously, you own your own business, so you're going to be able to work whenever you want and make thousands of dollars. So there's 2 sourcing methods that I like to use to find products. One is reverse sourcing, right? You're using SellerAmp to find successful sellers. You're looking at their products. Best for beginners. There's guaranteed demand because you're looking at these other sellers. I'll show you guys an example right now of how to reverse source. So let's just say we find a good listing like this over here. I want to kind of look at the seller. Okay, this is the seller that is selling on Amazon, right? He just launched. Let's see what type of products that he's selling. You can see that, you know, there's no specific niche that he's selling and he's just selling multiple products over here. 854, 1254. He's selling these Astro microphones for $25.99. This is in the same niche. So let's go ahead and look at this, right? So he's selling it for $25.94. Go ahead and SellerAmp, look at this on Google, right? And as you can see over here, we could find it for Big Up Gadgets over here. We could find it for $11.09. Next thing we would do, just verify that it's the same product. A40 noise cancellation. We'd get it for $11.09 over here. And just like that, we found a product that is $9.09, right? We're profiting $9 profit per unit. We're getting 81% ROI, and there's multiple sellers that are getting, you know, buy box on this listing. As you can see over here, offer count's going up, but buy box price isn't going down that much. Next thing we would look at our data, right? Because obviously we're making decisions backed by data. So we go to buy box statistics, and as you can see, there's multiple third-party sellers. Amazon is not on this listing. Amazon is not selling this. So we're getting on this listing. It sells 50 plus bot per month. You know, this has sales. We could come in, we could sell about what, 10 to 15, which is 15, and we would profit $136, just like that. All right, guys, I hope you guys have been getting so much value from this video. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one to see how we could start or scale your Amazon business to 10K per month, guaranteed, I'm gonna drop a link down in the description. If you guys are trying to join a community of like-minded sellers who are all trying to scale their business to 100K per month that are already profiting thousands of dollars, I'm gonna drop the link down in the description, and let's go ahead and get back into the video. I just showed you guys another example. What I would do if I was actually buying this item, I'll just verify that this is an actual supplier, the product is actually real and everything. So I'd probably actually get it from this website over here because this is actually Logitech. This is the A40 microphone. So this is not a verified supplier. We don't know if it's in Amazon supply chain. We would go ahead and buy it over here. We're getting it for $14.99 over here. So what would be our updated margin over here? Right, sales $5 profit, 34% ROI, shared buy box. Our margins are lower, but we're getting it from an authorized supplier, so that's okay. But we still have our 15% off, and then we're back in business. $744, 50% ROI. So that's absolutely fire. That's beautiful right there. As you can see, that is an example of reverse sourcing. Obviously, you're not going to find the products as good as me. I've been doing Amazon for about 2.5 years now. Taught multiple people how to start and scale. I just want to show you guys how I found it and some stuff that I looked at to see if I could actually purchase this for Amazon. The next thing we would look at is sale-based sourcing. Find great sales on big brands like Nike, Lego, Vitacost, and all these products. Higher profits and a seasonal play. So let me explain to you guys manual sourcing and seasonal plays. So a good example is Home Depot. They had great Memorial Day sales. Any type of holiday, these retailers and even especially Rakuten, they'll give 15% cash back. They'll give you so many deals that they're going to make something that wasn't profitable when it was normal. There was no holiday. And once those discounted sales, happen and the holidays start happening, there's going to be so many sourcing opportunities. These retailers just want any excuse to have a sale to drive more, sales being made on their websites. So it happens about 2 to 3 times a month most of the times, right? And there's going to be so many sourcing opportunities. There's going to be so many products that weren't profitable when there wasn't a sale happening. But now that there's a sale, there's an extra 15, 20% off on our margin. We could actually get that product and actually make great profit on the product and make a couple extra $1,000 just with that sale. So I don't want to overload you guys with too much value over here, but I do want to give you guys a before you buy checklist. Use Keepa to check the 90-day average price. Avoid items with recent price spikes. Look for stable pricing patterns over here. Good example of stable pricing patterns over here is this over here. Very stable. Sure, spikes up a bit, but it goes up, not down. So that's totally okay. Sales requirement, anything over 50 plus bought per month. Anything over, if we have a sales badge over here, this is Amazon. Most accurate representation that something actually sells on Amazon. This over here is our sales badge. This is very important over here. 50 plus bought per month. This is Amazon verifying that this product actually sells 50 plus times a month. Any other thing, it's they're guessing. Other sales, buyer seller rank, that's cool and all, but the most accurate representation that something actually sells is 50 plus bought per month. This is Amazon verifying that over 50 plus sales were made on this listing. Could be like 70, 80, or 90, but this is just Amazon. There's a minimum of 50 plus sales that have happened this month. This means that there's some velocity on this listing and we actually know we have proof that this product sells or not, and we have proof that this product actually sells. That's a great green flag for us as Amazon sellers. So next thing I want to talk about is competition analysis, right? You want to check Keepa data. You want to check buy box statistics, right? This pie chart is a great example. SellerAmp has it. As you can see, look at how many third-party sellers are on this listing, right? In the past 30 days, look how many sellers have been on this listing that are eating, that are getting sales. That is a green flag for us. If there was a listing, this is an example of a great listing over here because as you can see, there's multiple third-party sellers that are getting sales on this listing. Wholesale Midwest, Everyday, Perm LLC, East Central Supply. There's multiple people that are getting this $3 profit, 38% ROI. Amazon is not on here dominating this listing. Now let me give you guys an example of a product that Amazon is dominating that you should probably avoid. So if you look over here, this is the brand. HOC Premium Beauty Bands over here is dominating this listing over here. They're getting over 60% of the buy box, and when they sell out, buy box is suppressed over here. That means that there's only one seller over here, and this also means that this is not a third-party seller-friendly listing because if you look over here, there's only one person winning. Let me show you guys another example. So if we look over here, this is an example of Amazon's not on this listing, but this is one private label brand over here. The Santa Cruz Electrolyte. This would not be an arbitrageable item. Obviously, let's just say the margins were beautiful. We're getting it for 15. We're selling it for 30. $6 profit, 41% ROI. It sells 8K plus times a month. This is beautiful, right? But as a third-party seller, I would look at this and I would understand that the brand is on this listing. And if the brand is on this listing, that means we can't get a better price than the actual brand. This brand has a high presence on Amazon, which is a big red flag for third-party sellers like us, and we will just move on to the next product. There's plenty of products on Amazon. Do not get discouraged, and let's just move on to the next product. Now let's talk about getting ungated, right? Requirements: buy 10 units from a legitimate wholesaler website. Invoice must match your Amazon seller account info exactly. Address, business name, contact info, right? You have to save your invoice as PDF. I have a full ungating video, but the biggest gist is that you have to prove to Amazon that the products that you're getting are actually real. Let me show you guys an example from a distributor or retailer that you can use to get documentation that your products are actually real. So an example over here, let's just say I was trying to get ungated for grocery, right? I wanted to get ungated for, let's just say Newman's. This is a brand. You go to Office Supply. This is a distributor that Amazon recognizes, and you could go ahead and buy it from here, and you get documentation. You get proof that the products that you're getting is from an authorized supplier. And as you repeat that and you continue to get sales, ungating is going to become so much easier. I have a full ungating guide. If you guys want to see it, I'm going to drop the link down in the description too. This is realistic realistic profit expectations, right? Average online arbitrage, 15 to 20%. Fully automated, right? 10% net margin. This is where you're having virtual assistants, prep centers. This is where you're literally not doing anything in your business. This is basically kind of where I'm at right now. I have a lot of overhead costs for my business. It only takes me like an hour or two of my day. Just make sure my virtual assistants are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. Making sure the products are checking into Amazon, doing accounting, doing bookkeeping. They're doing everything for me in my business. Obviously, you guys aren't going to be able to fully automate it in, your first couple of months starting. I would be lying to you if I said that's possible. For over 2.5 years, I've built systems to the point where I only have to work, a couple of hours every single week in my business. Hustle mode, right? Let's just say you wanted to grind. This is where I recommend most of you guys start at, right? 25, 30%. This is where you're going into retail stores. You're going online. You're just trying to make as much money as possible. And this is where you're spending, 6 to 8 to 10 hours into your business just to build up to your capital until you can build systems in. Obviously, the payment schedule, Amazon pays every 2 weeks, the direct deposit to bank account. Probably get sales 1 to 2 weeks after sending it to FBA. But let's just say FBM, you want your money back quicker. You could find a product in the morning. You could sell it in the middle of the day and you can ship it out 5 o'clock that same day. And these are just real example products. I've already shown you guys tons of products. We have Nike shoes over here. Buy for 61, sell for 108, sells 1,000 plus times a month, and you're $22 per unit. Let's just do prick. And then over here, you have herbal tea examples, Source, Vita cost 100 of boxes, right? You made it to 2 packs, you're profiting $2,000. And I don't even know where herbal tea is. Let's just do a quick calculation over here. Let's just say an item listing sells 1,000 plus times a month, right? There's other sellers on the listing. Let's just say you get 60 plus sales a month and you're profiting, $22. That's an extra 1.3K every single month just from selling Nike socks. Right now, just imagine you have 10 to 15, let's just say 12 listings just like that. 15K a month profit is totally possible. I'm gonna show you guys more proof of mentees that are absolutely doing it right now, absolutely crushing right now. It's a very simple business model. I love this business model for beginners. I'm so happy I chose this business model. 2 years ago, I was in the same boat as you guys. Probably I was thinking everyone's making money online. I'm not super smart. I'm not super, analytical. I wasn't super good with computers. I wasn't super good with running ads or anything like that. Me personally, I just chose to be the middleman. I chose to get stuff for the low and resell for the high. And now I'm consistently making 10 to 20K months in profit just reselling name brand items on Amazon. But guys, if you stayed till the end of the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one to see how we could start or scale your business to 10K per month guaranteed, I'll go ahead and put the link down in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.